Hey, what's going on, guys? Just here, and well, it's been an interesting month in terms of video game stuff. I will say that much. Microsoft, Ubisoft, something soft. But yeah, I'm just going to go straight to Nintendo stuff because that's what I want to talk about first. So, if you were unaware, last month Nintendo released their Switch 2 Direct, which, don't get me wrong, I was very interested in and very excited about. And overall, good Direct. It wasn't bad until they revealed pricing stuff. So, yes, 450 bucks for me anyway is a bit on the pricey side. But I'd rather take that than over what Microsoft's doing. I'll get to that. But still, 450 bucks for a console itself is a bit pricey. But what's even more pricey is 80 bucks for Mario Kart.
What?
Uh, uh, I'm leaving that silence in there. I have nothing for that other than what the fuck. Ooh. But yeah, I'm definitely against the $80 price tag for Mario Kart just because I don't see it making sense, especially since we just got up to this point. Literally, only one Nintendo game has been 70 bucks, and that was Tears of the Kingdom. And that one made some sense at least. It was a big game that like expanded a lot on what Breath of the Wild did in terms of like gameplay and its world. So the $70 price tag for that game made sense. $80 for Mario Kart Tour, or not Mark, whatever the new Mario Kart's called, I don't remember. It feels like, okay, now you're really pricing this. And yes, I'm aware it's open world, but if I want to play an open world racing game, Forza Horizon, GTA 5 technically. Like there are other examples out there that you can just play an open world racing type game. I know GTA is not like a racing game, but it's got racing elements, so I'm gonna run with that. But yeah, then 70 bucks on pretty much all their like first party games outside of Mario Kart. Especially for, like, the first ever Donkey Kong, like, original Donkey Kong in over a decade. I don't know how I feel about that. Just like how unlike how I feel about the face cam and the microphone support being locked behind Nintendo Switch Online stuff. What are you thinking? Why would you lock, like, game chat stuff behind a subscription? It makes no sense. That it literally just makes Discord the more viable option to use for, like, to, like, talk to your friends on Switch. And also, it just gives off the "we speak" things. If you remember "we speak," if you don't, I don't blame you. It's pretty much Nintendo's microphone for the Wii that would pick up everything, and it was not good. And that's kind of how I'm just seeing the new whatever it is. Oh, and also the face cam stuff that they're releasing with the Switch too. Oh my gosh, I could get better quality out of my ass than with the Switch 2 camera. I don't get why they made it. There's no way it's gonna sell well. I just can't see it happening. But yeah, my biggest beef actually with that whole direct thing was the Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges. So you do not get to own your games no more. Instead, you will own a cartridge that you have to download off the internet. If you have no internet connection, you're kind of fucked. Which I don't get. I started actually getting back to physical media on Nintendo Switch, and the reason I say that is because most of my like Nintendo Switch games are like physical cartridges. And one of what's great about having physical games, you don't need an internet connection down. Now, yes, I'm much aware having an internet connection is very common nowadays, but you still have to acknowledge the fact that not everyone has an internet connection. So if they get a Switch 2 and they buy like physical games, they have to find a place that has internet to download those games, which I paid for the games. Please let me own them. And I hate Ubisoft for starting that trend, even though Steam technically started that trend, but we're going to keep that between us. Like the two people that'll not watch this. But no, that was really my biggest gripe with the Switch 2 presentation. Just the fact that the game cartridges aren't really game cartridges. It's literally just, oh, you have bought this cartridge game. I guess you can play our games, even though we don't want it. What the fuck am I going with this? Look, I do like Nintendo. I think they are amazing game publishers, but in terms of like business stuff, oh, okay, I got plenty of problems with that. Like everyone else does, like Moist Critical or Charlie, however you prefer to address him as. If you guys are wondering if I am going to buy a Switch 2, I am not just because financially I cannot afford it right now because I have a lot more important stuff to pay for, like rent. Which, funny enough, the Switch 2 costs more than my rent, which is it's just funny to think about, really. But yeah, I honestly, if you really can't afford a Switch or just barely have enough money to buy it, literally wait. You are not in no hurry. I'm sorry, it's sold out. So, how much money are we willing to bet that's going to be scam or scam bots? That the shit that happened to Series X and PS5. I can't believe that's still going on. It's been 5. It's been 5 years. How is that still happening? But yeah, speaking of Series X, Microsoft. Oh wow, what the fuck, Phil? So, if you're unaware, Microsoft has announced that they will be increasing literally everything Xbox related. It shouldn't be too bad, right? You know, I was actually going to buy a Series X because I actually really did want to play the new Indiana Jones game, but I guess not. Look, I understand why you would raise prices on stuff, but this was poorly timed. And also, you're at the end of your console of this console generation. I don't know why you're increasing stuff now. I have had mixed feelings about Microsoft the last couple, I guess, years. And I've pretty much played most of my games like on my Xbox One, which I still have an Xbox One, by the way. But yeah, I honestly, I don't get why Microsoft would be the company to like start raising stuff now. Freaking EA hasn't done anything yet, that surprises me. Microsoft did something for EA. It's hard for me to like enjoy your video games when I'm seeing all this stuff going on with like big companies, and I'm kind of just going. But yeah, this is pretty much all I have for this video. I don't like the approach that the video game industry is going. It just feels like it's just moving more and more towards like the bubble that happened with the back in the 80s, like early 80s, and just like the video game crash then. At least from great, I was not born then. I just want to state that I'm not that old, but just kind of like what I read about around that time and like everything that kind of caused that. I'm seeing some signs of that here, which is a bit concerning. But I do not predict the future, so we will have to wait and see if it actually does happen. If it does, well, just add that to the list of things that's going to hit the fan. But yeah, I'm kind of just rambling on this point. I have nothing else to say really. Just summing things up. Switch 2 looks cool. I hate what they're doing, the physical game stuff. And I cannot believe it's sold out already. I'm just going to say, like pre orders alone, I'm kind of surprised that those sold out already. Microsoft, you're making it very hard to be a fan now, and I might just say screw it. I'm just going to stick to PC stuff from now on. Yeah, I know I said Ubisoft earlier, but yeah, I don't really care too much about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I haven't even played the game. I can't even play the game now, so I don't know why I brought up Ubisoft. It, it just worked with what I was saying at the beginning of the video. Microsoft, Ubisoft, something soft, never soft. I don't know, just like companies that end in soft. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna end this like I guess random video here. I just need a video to come up with because I don't just want to be uploading 3 GT San Andreas videos back to back. But yeah, thank you all very much for listening to me ramble. If you did, if you like, do what you want, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.